Hare Krishna. So this will be my last class before I proceed to India. So after this class, I will see you next year. Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopichana Vallabha Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopichana Vallabha I'm not using any book for this class. So. Srila Prabhupada ki, Shri Dharma Harinam Sankirtanya ki. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Oh, we have lots of space here, and we assume that some more people might be coming during the class. So please come a little forward. So last time that I gave a Sunday feast class, I started a larger topic, namely demons in Krishna Lila. So now that we have
The sound is horrible.
thank you. Sound is horrible. So we chant Haribol. So my topic was demons in Krishna Lila and about the anarthas that they represent. So anarthas mean unwanted things in our spiritual progress. So demons in Krishna Lila represent how Krishna is helping us to get rid of the anarthas, and it has been symbolized by Krishna killing demons in his childhood. King Kamsa, Krishna's uncle, got a prediction that Krishna would kill him at some point, so he started to send demons to Vrindavan to find Krishna and kill him before Krishna gets to kill Kamsa. So, so last time we were covering four first demons, namely Putana, Shakatasura, Trinavarta, and then there was a story of deliverance of Nalakuvara and Manikriva, two sons of Kuvera. And now we are going to the fifth one, which is killing of Vatsasura demon. So Vatsasura was, or he took a form of a calf. Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends, they were tending the calves in the forest. And I think it was in a bank of Yamuna that Vatsasura saw Krishna and his cowherd boyfriends along with their calves. So he disguised himself as one of those calves and uh, joined the group of calves, other calves, and they and his intention was to kill Krishna. Um, but immediately Krishna noticed, and Balaram also noticed that there is somebody who doesn't belong in a herd of calves. So they approached Vatsasura, and when Krishna was very close, immediately he took Vatsasura's tail and hind legs and started to whirl him around and threw him on the top of a tree. And so Vatsasura was killed very, very easily. So Vatsasura represents, according to Bhaktivinoda Thakur, he represents childish mentality, which gives rise to greediness, which results in the wicked type of mischievousness. So, on one side, it is said that the devotee should be childlike. There's a saying that the truth comes from the mouth of the child. There's a famous story, Emperor's New Clothes. Um, Emperor needs a new set of clothes, and he goes to the best of the cloth makers in the town, and they take these tasks to make um, emperor new clothes. And after some time, when it was supposed to be ready, the emperor went to the cloth maker's workshop to see his new clothes, and they had practically done nothing, but they acted in a such way that uh, they had made the best quality cloth to the king, and they were showing just the air with their hands. Look how beautiful this is. So the emperor was, in a way, he was shocked, but he couldn't say anything because these cloth makers were so. They were so convincing, this emperor. uh, so that's one of the ways to big crowd by telling them a big lie, and everybody can say somehow or another. Uh, the psychology of some human beings is that they cannot say anything. So emperor, without saying anything against the new clothes, he chose to have the clothes. So then, then came a later day of parade, and the emperor was supposed to wear the new clothes. So they just put on him just a bunch of air. Uh, their hands were sliding the sides of the cloth this way and that way, and emperor seemed to be looking good. So then he was walking in the midst of the city in a big crowd on both sides, and the crowd were so shocked that they couldn't say anything. You can't say anything against the emperor. But then there was a little child who finally pointed out, he has no clothes. And then everybody woke up, and that was a catastrophe. So this kind of childlike, like that kind of truth comes from the mouth of a child, and so that childlike personality is kind of favorable in the spiritual life, but childish is a different issue. um, so childish person is very easily allured by temptations. Um, you can cheat a child easily by offering him some chocolate. And sometimes some playful, little bit older people, let's say teenagers, they see some child, look, I have some chocolate. You can have it if you like it, but when the child is trying to catch the chocolate and then it pulls away, or or you can make a child thing do some mischievous things by offering the child a little chocolate, bribe the child. So we have a story of little Nimai when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was a very small child. He was playing in the courtyard of his parents, Jagannath Mishra and Sachimata. And then, like sometimes in Indian tradition, the child might be decorated with some jewels or some nice ornaments. So then there were two mischievous persons passing by, and they saw little Nimai with his jewels, and And then they saw their opportunity, so they grabbed Nimai and started walking away. And Nimai was a little bit bewildered about this. And he was asking, "Where are we going?" And then two men said, "Ah, don't worry, we will bring you back to your parents' house very quickly." And so they were walking for some time, uh, and the two men they were looking for an opportunity where they could take Nimai to take his tools away and leave the child there on his own. But because Nimai is a supreme personality of Godhead, he actually made an illusion to these men. So the men thought that they were taking Nimai far, far away, but just on the next corner, when the road turned to another direction, they noticed that they actually entered Jagannath Mishra's courtyard, where the child was playing originally. The two men were very, very bewildered. And there comes Jagannath Mishra, he comes out of the house. And uh, the two men, they got so much afraid that they just put the child down. Even though Jagannath Mishra, he said that, "Oh, you found my child. I'm very grateful to you. I thought I lost my child. He must have been wandering around outside of the courtyard." So uh, the two men were very shocked. So they quickly put Nimai down with all his tools and everything and just ran off. And Jagannath Mishra was wondering, oh, I was thinking of giving them some little donation because they found my child. Now they, now they run away. Hmm. All right, then there is a mention that childishness which gives rise to greediness. Now that we had Vishwavasu Prabhu visiting us, he was talking about Lord Vamanadev, and from him comes a very profound teaching that if like that on rivers, all the planets, planet if you want, they will, if one is not satisfied with just the three steps of land, then how can he be satisfied with anything? Uh, we see that everybody who doesn't have €1 million in their bank account, they want to be millionaires. And so millionaires, they are not satisfied. They want to be billionaires. So it's a never-ending greediness. It just grows and grows. But but Vamanadeva, being an incarnation of the Lord of the universe, he's uh, he is allowed to be greedy because I mean there's actually nothing to be for him to be greedy of because he owns everything. So with his two steps, he already took everything that the body owns, whole three planetary systems from him. All right, we go to the next demon, demon number 6, which is called Bakasura. Bakasura is a stork demon, or sometimes he's called a crane or stork. They are actually very similar birds. Um, so Bakasura was at the bank of Yamuna, and Krishna and the cowherd boys they came there, and Bakasura snatched Krishna between his peaks and tried to swallow him. But Krishna became so burning hot that Bakasura couldn't hold him in his mouth, in his throat anymore. He just coughed and just spit Krishna out. And then, still with his sharp, long beaks, he's tried to pierce Krishna, but Krishna was moving so swiftly from one place to another, so he wasn't able to catch Krishna. But then Krishna got a hold of his beaks and just split the beaks and killed the demon in this way. So stork or crane, they are similar birds. Stork, we in the West we have the story that stork haikara. Stork is bringing a piece of cloth. Sometimes children they ask that where all the babies come from. So stork is flying and he's holding a piece of cloth, and inside the piece of cloth there's a baby. And he goes to the on the top of a house. There's a chimney, and he just drops the baby through the chimney, and boom, you have a baby. Or crane, kurki. So kurki or crane, they fly in a very uh, in a particular fashion. They form some kind of arrow when they fly, and then they change the leader of the um, uh, crane herd, or what is it called? Um, this Bakasura demon represents cunning, duplicity, deceptiveness, and false types of behavior. Duplicity, well, Bakasura had two peaks, so that refers to the duplicity. So sometimes we meet persons who on the on one side they speak very nicely, but in behind your back they might be insulting you. Like there's um, a tactic of becoming the boss of a company is that when you are with the boss, you praise the boss, how intelligent he is, how he did this good and that good. But behind his back to your colleagues, you poor mouth the boss that he is such an idiot. And in this way, you convince your colleagues that okay, this guy is intelligent. He should be the next boss, and then they kick out the present boss. And so, maybe not a good idea to try this at home or at the working place, because that kind of person they get their karma. Krishna is also revealing these kind of mischievous people. All right, the next demon is called Agasura, who is a snake demon, big snake. Uh, some of the demons were actually related, like a Bakasura, Agasura, and was it Putana? They were related to each other. So now, not only that they were obeying Kamsa's order to go to Vrindavan and kill Krishna, they were also envious of Krishna because Krishna had killed Agasura's relatives. So one time when Krishna and the cowherd boys they were herding cows in the forest, then they come to the place where Agasura was lying down. So he was assuming a huge serpent, form of a huge serpent. Yeah, and it was discovered that it was like so big that, and he had his mouth open, and it was like a cave of a big mountain, and his upper lips were touching the sky, and it was a very phenomenal scene. So the coward boys thought that let's go into that cave. Whatever happens, Krishna will definitely save us, and he is our well-wisher. And so they were very happily entering the mouth of Agasura, even though Agasura was doing nothing, he was just lying there. But Krishna was a little bit worried. He was concerned to see his friends and the cows going in the mouth of Agasura. So finally, he was the last one to enter. He also went inside, and then Agasura closed his mouth, and he thought that he cut them. But then Krishna started to make him grow himself bigger and bigger in size. So um, I'm not sure if I remember what happened. I think Agasura's eyeballs, they popped out from his head, and anyway, he died for sure. Uh, so Agasura represents cruelty and violence. Um, it is also said that snakes, they are very envy. We even say about some people that they are, when they are envious, they hiss like a snake. Hate, I hate her, I hate him. And, so there's actually two kind of uh, principles relating to envy. One is called envy, and one is called jealousy. So in one lecture, I heard that there's actually a difference. When we talk about six uh, bad qualities that we should get rid of: lust, anger, greed, madness, illusion, and envy. So it is said that envy, all the others you can use for Krishna service one way or another, turn it into Krishna consciousness, but envy you cannot. But so there's two kinds of um behaviors concerning envy and jealousy. Envy means that you want something that somebody else has, and you want to destroy that person for it. But jealousy is just that you want something that somebody has, and you just go and get it. And there's no violence needed. um, so therefore, envy is considered like a more severe than just jealousy. Yeah, and we can say that meat eating, for example, is you could say it's an epitome of envy. From an animal, we want something that they have, and to get it, we need to destroy the animal and then eat its meat. So that's why we don't want to do that. That's why we are vegetarians. Mhm. So um, we understand that the consciousness of animal is in such a high platform, so we don't need to cause them any harm. We can see that if even an animal is experiencing some kind of danger, the animal will try to protect itself. So they have feelings. They don't want to suffer. Well, vegetables, they also have soul inside. They are also living beings, but their consciousness is not so high. And it is said that in this world, um, uh, the one living being is food for another. So Krishna accepts that kind of food which is made from vegetables, fruits, patram pushpam phalam toyam yome bhaktya prayachiti tadaham bhakti parhitam asnami prayadatmana. If one offers me with love and devotion fruit, leaf, water, and flower, I will accept. And if it's offered with love and devotion, then I will accept it. Mm. And the next demon is not actually demon, but demonic mentality. Um, Krishna has been killing lots of demons already. Seven of them is mentioned. Then there's Lord Brahma, the engineer of the universe. He's looking down and he's looking at this Krishna, that this little coward he is very powerful. He's killing so many demons, like a Agasura, big demon. And so, well, what is this personality? Who is he? So I need to try to find out. Is first he is killing a demon. Like demons, actually, they play a very important role in Krishna's pastimes. In the morning time, when Krishna goes to the forest of Vrindavan, and then one demon comes, and after that demon is killed, then Krishna knows that now it's time to take lunch. And in the afternoon, then Krishna continues playing with his cowherd boyfriends and tending the cows. Then another demon comes in the afternoon, and then Krishna kills that demon, and then they know that okay, it's time to go home. So they have a very important role. So Krishna just killed Agasura. It was in the morning, and then after killing Agasura, Krishna and the cowherd boyfriends they went to the bank of Yamuna to have the lunch, and they noticed that okay, the calves which have been eating grass somewhere nearby, they have gone further and further into the forest. So Krishna gets up and says, "Okay, you just continue with lunch. I'll go and get the calves." Mm. Mm. And when Krishna gets the calves, he comes back and he notices that all his cowherd boyfriends, they are gone. But then Krishna was thinking of a little while what to do, but then he expanded himself to be those cowherd boyfriends. And those exact characteristics were manifest, which are there which had been there in the other cowherd boys. So they continued eating, and then then the evening came, and they went home uh, to meet their mothers. Mm. Yeah, actually, there was an occasion that Krishna also lost the calves, so he also expanded himself to the calves. Uh, so, so actually, the only person who was actually returning home was Krishna in the form of different calves and different cowherd boys. So in this way, those mothers and the cows of the instead of getting their own children, they got Krishna at home. And this was going on for 1 year, and nobody noticed anything. special, except their love for their own children grew much further, in much greater degree. So 1 year went by, and Lord Brahma then wanted to check the situation, how it is that I have now caught Krishna's cowherd boyfriends and the calves and hidden them in a cave. So, but when he came to see Krishna, he saw that everything was as before. Krishna was playing with his cowherd boyfriends and calves were there. Nothing special had happened. So, but Lord Brahma became very bewildered. And then, not only that, at that point when Brahma was seeing all this, Krishna's expanded cowherd boyfriends and calves, they took Vishnu 400 Vishnu forms, and then they were there worshipped by the other demigods. And Lord Brahma was seeing this, and he was totally in an illusion. He was very bewildered. So, so he finally started offering prayers to Lord Krishna, that little Krishna, and he returned his cowherd boyfriends and calves. And Lord Brahma was offering prayers, he was bowing down all the time, and Krishna was just standing there, didn't say anything, but he was thinking, why is this four-headed man bowing down all the time? I need to go and play with my friends. Why doesn't he stop? No. So this is a wonderful pastime in Krishna's childhood. And Brahma stealing, Brahma Vimohana Lila, Brahma stealing the cows and cowherd boyfriends represents mundane activities and speculative scholasticism. No. So mundane activities, it's aimed for satisfying our desires to enjoy this world. Um, we are after opulence and fame, I, me, mine, or nowadays it's me, myself, and I. There's another rap song these days. uh, so the materialistic person, he thinks that when he sees anything in this world, he thinks that how can I enjoy this particular object? What is there for me? And uh, I'm a musician myself. I used to be in that field, and I've seen all kinds of videos on the internet and TV how those big stars are holding a big stage and they are getting a big crowd and they are really famous, like really something praiseworthy. Uh, um, but in this Kali Yuga, everybody is just a worker, Shudra. Being an artist is actually an occupation for Shudras. Um, and in this age, they get that kind of fame. Uh, so they make very artistic features and big show business, and they get their fame in that way. So, and everybody's thinking that this is something worth to achieve in life, in that kind of position. And then there is speculative scholasticism. So this is um, we are looking at it as ascending method of gaining knowledge. Ascending means that we are looking at this world, trying to figure out with our own brains what it is, Uh, uh, we are doing all kinds of research about this different. There are different faculties in the university to research all kinds of things and making science. But this is based on the four human defects that we have. We have imperfect senses, tendency to make mistakes, tendency to be in illusion, and tendency to cheat others. So we cannot get uh, very profound absolute knowledge of anything because there will be a history of discovering new and new things and new doctors they are debating about maybe the same things but because they have um, modern materially more advanced research systems so they can get more and more knowledge of something so they are able to kick out the old ideas of how things used to be. So this means that the senses are imperfect. We have a tendency to make mistakes, and therefore new and new theories they come about. So this kind of material scholarship is called as is considered as a subject, and everything else is object. Like Vedic knowledge, Vedic culture is also an object to these people. But but in Krishna consciousness, we are representing the method of descending system. See, ascending and descending system. Descending system is that we are getting Vedic knowledge from Guru Parampara, from a chain of disciplic in a chain of disciplic succession from a spiritual master, and that knowledge, descending knowledge, is absolute. It doesn't change. Like we have a book, Timeless Wisdom. So through tradition, this knowledge is passed down, and from our point of view, we see Vedic system as subject, and whatever is going now in the world, those mundane scholasticism, speculative knowledge, we see that as an object. It's modern. In modern ways, they try to change something. They are looking for something new. But the ultimate truth is already there in Krishna. It doesn't need any change. Prabhupada and Srila Prabhupada sometimes criticized his disciples that they always want to change something which doesn't need any change. So in this way, Lord Brahma wanted to test Krishna. What is he about? But little did he know that Krishna was the subject and he was an object in the same way. So instead of what is in it for me, we need to ask that how can I please Krishna with this? Hare Krishna, I think I have spoken enough. Uh, So our service to Krishna begins with the chanting of the holy names. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. In this day and age of Kali Yuga. So if there are any questions or comments before the arti starts, I can try to answer something.
Um, Krishna was killing these demons in a particular order. Does that mean that because these demons represent anarthas, that's how these anarthas disappearing from our hearts, or it does not happen in the same order?
That's an interesting question. So the question was that killing of these demons happens in this particular order. That doesn't mean that we need to get rid of these anarthas in this particular order. I haven't heard anybody saying like this. Um, Kind of my speculation is that because Balaram was killing two of those demons, and Balaram represents Guru. So I would kind of assume that first Guru is helping us remove some anarthas. Then Krishna helps us with some other anarthas within us. Well, that's just my speculation. I really haven't heard of any statement, anything like that. Okay, I think we need to end here, and we're getting ready for the next program, Arti. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna.
Kiitos paljon Gopinath. Thank you very much.